125 का आवेदन खारिज हो गया था माय I am the child who was 5 years old, and respondent is my biological father. The finding of the learned trial court.
On what ground it was dismissed?
My lord, it was dismissed on the ground of presumption which is given under section 112 of the Indian Evidence Act. What has happened is this child was begotten during the subsistence of marriage between the mother of the applicant and the husband of the applicant, the husband of the mother of the applicant. मतलब जो respondent है, he was having illicit relationship with the mother of the applicant. Now, my lord, what happened is the mother of the present applicant filed an FIR under section 376. My lord, in which DNA was the blood sample was taken of the present applicant, the child, and the respondent. Or DNA report positive आ गई, and it turned out that the respondent is the biological father of the applicant. May I read, my lord, the report?
जी.
The report says प्रकरण में प्राप्त पीड़िता विजयन के स्रोत पीड़िता के पिता के स्रोत रक्त नमूना प्रदर्श F के लिए गए नमूने में प्राप्त ऑटोसोमल STR DNA प्रोफाइल प्राप्त के प्रत्येक जेनेटिक मार्कर पर प्राप्त हुए सभी एलील जोड़ों से प्राप्त बेबी ईशानी विच इज द प्रेजेंट एप्लीकेंट के स्रोत रक्त नमूना प्रदर्श E के लिए नमूने से प्राप्त ऑटोसोमल STR DNA प्रोफाइल के प्रत्येक जेनेटिक मार्कर पर प्राप्त हुए सभी एलील जोड़ों में उपस्थित है. Therefore, बेबी ईशानी प्रदर्श E, गणेशी प्रदर्श D तथा विजयन प्रदर्श F की जैविक संतान बायोलॉजिकल ऑफस्प्रिंग है. Now, my lord, this report was produced by me before the learned trial court.
अब थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे मैं रोकूंगा.
Yes, my lord.
Whether the mother was already married when that person?
Yes, my lord.
And divorce was granted or not?
No, my lord, divorce was not granted. In fact, no proceeding was pending then.
So,
now it is pending.
What about 112 of the Evidence Act?
Yes, my lord. My lord, now 112 talks about the legitimacy of the child and not the paternity of the child. Legitimacy and paternity are two different things, which has been elaborated by the Honorable Supreme Court in the two judgments which I have with me, wherein the Supreme Court have clearly concluded that when there is a contradiction between section 112 of Indian Evidence Act and the DNA test, in which मतलब हमारे केस में DNA test हुआ है और रिपोर्ट भी है, तो जब इन दोनों के बीच में कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन होगा तो क्या सस्टेन करेगा, ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने दो जजमेंट्स में एलाबोरेट किया है. तो ये कहा गया कि सिंस 1876 में 112 ऑफ एविडेंस एक्ट बना था, एट दैट टाइम देयर वाज नो फैसिलिटी ऑफ डीएनए टेस्ट और टू फाइंड आउट द बायोलॉजिकल पैटर्निटी ऑफ द चाइल्ड, इसीलिए तब वो प्रिजम्पशन सस्टेन करता था. लेकिन इट इज अ लीगल फिक्शन एंड नॉट अ मैंडेट which has to be applied even if there is a DNA report. I am giving the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, my lord, now. My lord, my first judgment is Nandlal Vasudev Badvaik versus Lata Nandlal Badvaik. This is the first copy. We may remember, this is of Honorable Supreme Court, where Supreme Court said, we may remember that Section 112 of Evidence Act was enacted at a time when the modern scientific advancement and DNA tests were not even in contemplation of the legislature. The result of DNA test is said to be scientifically accurate. Although Section 112 raises a presumption of conclusive proof on satisfaction of the conditions enumerated therein, but the same is rebuttable. The presumption may afford legitimate means of arriving at an affirmative legal conclusion. While the truth of a fact is known in our opinion, there is no need or room for any presumption. Where there is evidence to the contrary, the presumption is rebuttable and must yield to proof. Interest of justice is best served by ascertaining the truth, and the court should be furnished with the best available science and may not be left to bank upon presumptions unless science has no answer to the facts in issue. In our opinion, when there is a conflict between a conclusive proof envisaged under law and a proof based on scientific advancement accepted by the world community to be correct, the latter must prevail over the former. This is the finding of Honorable Supreme Court, my lord. My lord, also, this judgment further continues. We must understand that the distinction between a legal fiction and the presumption of a fact. Legal fiction assumes existence of a fact which may not really exist. However, presumption of a fact depends on the satisfaction of certain circumstances. Those circumstances logically would lead to the facts ought to be presumed. Section 112 of the Evidence Act does not create a legal fiction, but provides for presumption, my lord. My lord, by this Honorable Supreme Court bifurcated between them. My lord, in this case, Supreme Court clearly held that when it is a contradiction between 112 of Evidence Act and the DNA test would prevail. My lord, there is another judgment as well of Honorable Supreme Court, High Court of Kerala. Whereas paternity is the test or fact of being father of a particular child, according to section 125(1) subclause B of the CRPC, the legitimate or illegitimate minor child, whether married or not, unable to maintain itself, is entitled to get maintenance allowance from his or her father. If the father, having sufficient means, neglects or refuses to maintain the child, there the question is whether the child has been begotten in a sexual intercourse with the person from whom maintenance is claimed. An illegitimate child is also entitled to get maintenance from his father. My lord, that's what my argument was, that 112 talk about the legitimacy of the child. But यहाँ पे, my lord, it is about the paternity of the child, that who is the father of the child. My lord, if let's say for the sake of welfare, social welfare, अगर हम ये मान लेते हैं कि आज ये बच्ची अगर अपनी माँ के हस्बैंड के अगेंस्ट 125 का एप्लीकेशन लगाते हैं, जिन्होंने मेंटेन करने से इनकार कर दिया, हम अभी भी अलग रह रहे हैं और प्रोसीडिंग्स पेंडिंग है, मान लेते हैं अगर हम जिस महिला की गलती है उसे अगर हम नहीं कंसिडर करें, सिर्फ इस बच्ची को कंसिडर करें, अगर ये बच्ची आज उनके अगेंस्ट 125 की एप्लीकेशन लगाती है ताकि उसका भरण पोषण किया जाए, तो वो इस डीएनए रिपोर्ट के आधार पर खारिज कर दी जाएगी कि when the husband of the mother of the applicant is not the biological father, then how is he entitled to pay the maintenance? But this is what is said in this particular judgment, that illegitimate child कहलाएगा अभी ये बच्चा, ये applicant respondent का, तो क्या illegitimate child को 125 में भी भरण पोषण का अधिकार नहीं है? So that is what my argument is. Now further, my lord, this judgment says legitimacy of birth is totally irrelevant and insignificant while considering the right of the child to get maintenance from his father. This is what, my lord, I was saying. In short, legitimacy and paternity are different and distinct. In our view, in that inquiry to find out the true fatherhood of a child, the legal presumption as to the legitimacy under section 112 of Evidence Act would not bar a scientifically accurate and approved test if the facts and circumstances of the case tend to make such an inquiry imminently needed. When the fatherhood of a child can be determined accurately without doubt by the DNA test, there is no need to ascribe the fatherhood of an innocent person on presumption. Since the legitimacy and paternity are distinct and different and working under different spheres and different perspectives in a maintenance claim under 125B of CRPC, the presumption under 112 Evidence Act cannot be extended or stretched so as to put as a legal bar in the way of inquiry to find out the true fatherhood of a child. We are of the opinion that such inquiry, the DNA test, has to be considered, my lord. This is what the judgment says. Now, my lord, since I was researching in the entire concept of DNA test and the paternity of the child, section 112 of the Evidence Act, my lord, I could find that there are a handful of judgments. In fact, as to my fact of the case, there is no judgment till this day of any High Court or Supreme Court. My lord, अभी तक के जैसे केसेस आए हैं वो ये आए हैं कि
हस्बैंड ने मना कर दिया, डीएनए मैच नहीं
ये बोलते हुए कि पैटर्निटी ये मेरा बायोलॉजिकल चाइल्ड नहीं है. अभी तक के ऐसे केसेस नहीं आए. बट अगर हम इस पर्टिकुलर केस के फैक्ट्स और जो डॉक्यूमेंट्स है विच आर द पब्लिक डॉक्यूमेंट, क्योंकि जो डीएनए रिपोर्ट है दैट इज कवर्ड अंडर सेक्शन 293 ऑफ सीआरपीसी. नाउ दिस डीएनए रिपोर्ट इज एक्सट्रैक्टेड फ्रॉम द criminal case which was filed against the respondent by the mother of the applicant. That DNA report was found proved. उसका ब्लड सैंपल का कस्टडी, उसका टेस्ट, सब कुछ पाया गया सर, जिसमें मैंने कॉपी भी लगा दी है जजमेंट के विद द एडिशनल डॉक्यूमेंट एप्लीकेशन.
वो एडिशनल यहाँ पेश नहीं होगा. इन्होंने क्या डिफेंस ली थी? नीचे
इन्होंने डिफेंस ये लिया सर, सिंस 112 का प्रिजम्पशन कहता है कि यू हैव टू प्रूव दैट यू आर नॉट हैविंग एक्सेस.
इलिस्टिमेट फादर है जो इसका फादर, सो कॉल्ड बायोलॉजिकल फादर जी, उसके नीचे क्या डिफेंस ली थी
सर? उन्होंने यही डिफेंस लिया.
जवाब बताइए
जी सर. आई एम इन रिकॉर्ड माय लॉर्ड.
या
ओके माय लॉर्ड, इन रिकॉर्ड ही हैज टेकन द डिफेंस ऑफ द मदर ऑफ द एप्लीकेंट.
नहीं एक सेकंड रुकिए. I want to specifically, what is the specific admission?
Non-access.
किसका लगा है मैडम? आप किसकी बात कर रहे हो?
सर हम बात कर रहे हैं कि जो रिस्पोंडेंट
एक्सेस की किसकी बात कर रहे हो? वो तो पार्टी नहीं ना.
जी वो पार्टी नहीं है,
इनका फादर है
जी.
ये नहीं, ये तो इसके बायोलॉजिकल फादर ने रिप्लाई में कुछ एडमिट किया, वो देख रहा हूँ, ढूंढ रहा हूँ मैं। या डिनाई किया तो किस रूप में डिनाई किया है?
So I have the copy of the statement of
नो
respondent.
नो, आई एम लुकिंग दैट।
Okay.
ठीक है मैडम, इसमें साधन क्या है इनके पास?
जी सर, इनका नॉन एप्लीकेंट की एक टाइपिंग इंस्टीट्यूट है, उसके साथ साथ एक मकान तो है और एक किराना दुकान है और 11 एकड़ कृषि भूमि है।
ठीक,
सर ये एक और जजमेंट है।
क्योंकि यही सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो कहा वही है,
यस माय लॉर्ड, सब में
नंदलाल वाले में।
ऑलमोस्ट सेम लैंग्वेज है सब में।
ठीक है, सेम लैंग्वेज नहीं, कट कॉपी पूरा वही। ठीक।